Greetings, everyone. This is Shonda. The Diva Specialist has never been married and never had children. I'm going to teach you how to enjoy this journey, even if you have to do it alone.
Hello, I'm Dr. Leila Hines, board-certified sexologist and couple counselor. I'm here to talk about sex.
Hello, my name is Niall, and I'm here to talk to you about what it's like actually trying to date while being a single mom in today's society. So here I am, and I'm one of the specialists.
I'm Dr. Melissa Tate, licensed professional counselor and life coach. I am one of the specialists on the team to talk about love and relationships, divorce, marriage, you name it. You can hear relationships here because we are the specialists.
The specialist.
Yay! So we just finished talking to your husband.
Yeah.
And we heard all sorts of juicy details about infidelity and pornography and where that comes from. What do you guys think? What do you think is really at the essence of infidelity in relationships?
Pornography.
No, well, that's not the essence, but
No.
You mean what is why people cheat each other? Lack of intimacy.
Lack of
Really?
intimacy. What do you think,
Yeah,
Shonda?
well, last week we were discussing it too, and they were saying that almost 50 to 60% of people that are married have a sexless marriage. So
Lord.
that within itself lets me know that there's some things missing, and intimacy is probably one of the key ones because we do associate
Absolutely.
sex
Well,
with intimacy.
I have friends who have no intimacy problems, yet it's not enough. When you become addicted, like they talk about how intimate they are emotionally and spiritually, and they feel and they touch and they love up on each other and they take the trips and the alone time, but they're still addicted to internet porn and all these different things.
Excellent point.
So that's why I said pornography, maybe. I don't know.
No. We haven't said that intimacy, that's all. But intimacy is a big, huge element in a relationship, which is going to help if you have an addiction to pornography, for example, or an addiction to anything. If you have strong, intimate relationship, you can deal with that in an easy way. You can help your partner. However, if you have an addiction, that's very important. Please go to a specialist about addiction. It can be any addiction, to porno, to alcohol, to drugs, whatever. You have to go to a specialist about addiction. Now we have been talking about pornography and relationships. So how pornography what is the impact of pornography on relationships? Well, let me tell you, people, there is a big impact. There is a big impact in relationships, pornography on relationship. Why? Because once you get used to the pornography on the internet or the TV, whatever it is, in your phone, then you find yourself attached to that, and then you become more and more less and less
Attached to your wife.
Attached to your wife.
Do you
Exactly.
think there's a way?
It's a
Do
form
you
of a
think
stimulant.
is there a way to merge that to where couples can use pornography to get the juices
I would
flowing?
say
so
as
to
a
speak?
sexologist, as a sexology, I would say that pornography, if you understand, the first thing is you have to understand pornography and the purpose of pornography.
What is the purpose?
The purpose
Good
is
question.
entertainment. Entertainment, does not education. When you see pornography to learn or to have a relationship in a way, a sexual relationship, you're wrong. It's entertainment.
That's a good
you
point.
are going to have fun with your partner.
Okay, well,
That's the first. The second one is to excuse me. The second one is you can use that as entertainment with your partner. That's better. If you have your partner, you can enjoy that with your partner and get aroused or whatever and laugh and joke. The second, and very important, is to know yourself. You know yourself through pornography, because pornography is not going to damage you or to make you do
Do you
things.
think it's not damaging?
No.
see, I have a question.
Yeah, what's your question?
My question is, what's the difference between role playing and pornography? Because when I think of role playing, if I were married, I would look forward to my husband coming through the door and have the cute little nurse outfit on and all that great stuff, doing cooking in the kitchen with the stilettos on. That's great. It's awesome. And, having the candles lit and the roses all over the bed. And, that's sexy to me.
Yeah.
Now, pornography to me, in my mind, is grungy, dirty, nasty, dirty. It's like
It's different.
you're putting a gerbil up your butt or something.
You're talking-
That's like
No, you're talking about two things. Two different things.
Okay.
It has nothing to do. Role playing is something that a play that you do with your partner.
Right.
Whatever it is, you agree to be a doctor and nurse or whatever it is, the baby and the whatever.
Oh God.
You can play. I don't. If that is good for you both, go. Fantastic.
But what is pornography?
Pornography is a kind of adult entertainment where you see like heavy ones. That's the second meaning. When you, if pornography is not going to make you do things. You find yourself through that pornography. When you see pornography and you like something, maybe you don't say it, but you feel yourself aroused for something. Then you know yourself. It's something in yourself, in you, which is connected to that part.
Here's my thought.
That.
I think what I hear Niall saying is that pornography pushes the boundaries of extreme sexuality.
Right.
Exactly.
Hello.
There's so
Hello.
much that,
Yes.
you know, there's one thing to play and kind of have a playful sexual relationship and to get fun. And then there's another thing to when you talk about multiple sex partners and you know, different
That's
things that are
pornography.
happening in pornography.
Yes.
And so what I hear you saying is that there's a difference between just like experimental sexuality or experimental fun between you and your partner.
Right.
And then pushing the boundaries of
Right.
using pets and different
And
But
places
if you
and
find
all of that
yourself,
stuff.
you push that button that you say perfectly.
Yeah.
You push the button, and you find yourself enjoying that. Maybe you cannot say it like, "Oh, that's awful,"
A
but
little
you are
embarrassed.
aroused.
Yeah.
But you are really.
I got
You don't know the person.
Somebody.
You don't know somebody. I'm not
Yeah,
talking
not
about
you.
you.
Okay.
It's not you.
I don't.
Whoever. And if that person is watching, like
Right.
pushing the button beyond,
Right.
and find yourself like, I like that. I'm not going to say it because maybe
Right.
I don't
I
have
Be
don't
the
embarrassed.
level.
They don't want to be embarrassed
Right.
or looked at
Correct,
funny
at the
or
level
whatever.
of intimacy with your partner to say, oh, you know, honey, this is aroused me. This
Right.
is hot. I'm getting
Excited. The juice is
torn-
flowing.
tor-
Turned
torn
on.
Yeah.
So-
Turned on.
So if you are able to say to your partner that, okay, great. But that pushing the button to go to crazy things like entertainment, and you find yourself that I like that, you are knowing yourself in deep.
So what happens in relationships when you are what they say unequally yoked in the sexual department? So you have one partner who has a really high sex drive, likes the pornography, wants to watch pornography as a means to, you know, get excited for the relationship, and the other person might be a little more conservative.
I'm not
Like,
conservative. I'm sexy.
Okay, might be a little, might be sexy but not sexual.
No, I'm sexual. I'm just not a freak. There's a difference between being sexual and sexy and being a freak.
Is it okay to be a freak with your husband?
Yes.
Okay.
What you do with someone you're just in a committed relationship with, your boyfriend, girlfriend, you know, to me, that's different. Your husband and your wife, that's your husband and your wife. Because, you know.
But even though sometimes what happens in couples
The
is
incompatibility.
incompatibility of sexual desires, things, because you have never talked about that before marriage, and you never have that space of intimacy to talk about those things, and then you marry, you love each other, but maybe he has he loves shoes, or he loves weird stuff, or dogs, or a lot of pornography, but you had never talked about that, and then you find yourself in a problem like, oh, you like that, I don't like that, but you never talk about that. It's nothing wrong.
Premarital
There's
counseling.
a lot of things like I'm not in agreement with pornography. That's not something that I want in my household for me.
Right.
But if it excites my mate or something like that, that's something I want to see that he's watching, because I don't want to find out later that it's some little kids that he's watching, or there's somebody
before marriage.
Well, have premarital counseling.
I think there's some things that I will talk about. I don't know necessarily if we'll delve into those things.
Oh, I'm asking
before
everything.
marriage, you know what I'm saying? Oh, of course, I'm going to ask, do you have any homosexual tendencies, things like that? Those things are important for me to know about a person on a whole. But as far as pornography, that's not just the topic.
But now we should ask.
That brings
We
up,
should ask
that
now.
brings up an interesting question, because, you know, we kind of loosely talked about the Bruce Jenner thing. And
Right.
I was watching the interview with Diane Sawyer yesterday, and, you know, he had sexual tendencies prior to their getting married. And he talked about
His
with
second,
Chris.
but did he have it with his first wife?
Yes. Yes, he's had it as long as he can remember.
Out of left field. I think this is embedded.
He's
I
had
think
it
this
as
has
long
been
as he
there.
can remember.
So when he was
Yes.
winning the Olympics in the 70s,
he would dress up as a woman and then go outside. and no one knew who he was. So this is something that he always explored.
But that's a grave injustice because
when he talks about getting with Kris Jenner, she knew about it, but she didn't take it seriously, and he was honest. He said that he doesn't think that he fully conveyed to her how serious it was to him. That it was just like he would dress, and then she'd be like, "Oh, okay, you can take those off now." So it was just kind of like a.
I thought he was just trying to look like one of the Kardashians.
You were so funny.
I thought he was trying to look like one of the Kardashians.
It is really interesting.
It is interesting, and what happened is nothing wrong as long as you and your partner are agree. The agreement and commitment to what you're going to do is very highly important. Whatever you're doing, from vanilla to very BSM.
Extreme,
BSM,
sadomasochistic stuff.
You can be vanilla, BSM, polyamor, whatever you want, but you have to commit and you have to have agreements. And you have and you have to be equal. Like the problems are when you are not equal and you try to change your partner. That's wrong.
Or when you judge your partner.
Because you try
or when
to
your partner just straight out hides things.
So you are not going to get married to someone then to try to change that person and say and critics and judgment and things like that.
Critical.
How come? Hey, stop that. You have to be wise when you're choosing your partner. And then sexually also, not just your religion or your political views or economics or intellectual, sexually also. Like what is it that you like in bed? And that's why it is so important to talk about sex also. Like, what is it that you like? A way that I recommend to talk about those things when you don't know how is through like a story. Like, let's make up a story. Like once upon a time, there is a little girl. And then you follow that and you find yourself in an easy, comfortable way to talk about those topics. They are so intimate. Sexuality is the most intimate part of a human being.
I have an issue with some of what you're conveying. And I think when I look at grandparents and great uncles and great aunts that have been married for 50 some odd years.
Not necessarily happy.
Yeah, but they're married. And that's my point. But my issue is for those of us who are committed and they have a relationship with the Creator, I think that's what's missing in a lot of relationships. However, because it's become a more of I and me society of what I need and what I want, when it used to be us and we. And so I feel like our generation is so caught up in the physical realm of everything. And we talk about intimacy, in instant realm, we talk about intimacy and physicality. But the things that really matter, those things matter. But beyond commitment is whoever you are and whatever relationship you have with the universe, the Creator, whatever the case may be. And when you have a divine order within the universe or the Creator and you know who you are, you're going to attract, for the most part, who you are. You understand what I'm saying?
But you need to talk, and if you
have
what
to
you
talk.
say what you say so beautiful. Like before they made the commitment about us, we are us. I feel us with my husband. Nowadays it's just me and you and me and whatever works for me. Right. Good for you, okay? So what about you join this part because. Sometimes those people I have been married for 15 years together, but not necessarily happy. How in 15 years, how your passion in life? 2 years. 2 years of passion and 30 of misery. Like being together. The point is, what about if you take this together and do a mix and do something different?
But I don't think pornography will get you 30 years.
No.
It definitely won't.
Pornography is just entertainment. It's to have fun Sunday. That's it.
I agree with that. I think if it's adult entertainment, it's something that you like or you want to you want to do in your spare time, whatever. But I don't agree when somebody's online 3 and 4 hours out of the day.
That's addiction. That's different.
Yes.
What happened?
Now, if you want to learn some tricks, be ready for me when I get home. I'm fine with that.
Remember the process, the level 1, level 2. Remember the process when you're unconscious, when you don't know what you want in life, and you don't know why you're doing things. Then you follow that unconscious process, and then you start seeing pornography. What happened? It's so easy, fun, like my husband said. You push a button next,
and there it is. Yeah.
And it's easy, it's cheap, it's convenient.
All right, here's my question.
So you can get the addiction, like the habit, because remember, habits are very easy to take. You don't know any habit, then you get the habit of watching pornography so much and
I think that's why people don't want to introduce it into their home.
I'm not going to introduce it into my home.
That's okay. It's you see pornography and then plus masturbation, so you get aroused and you come. So is the impact in your brain is bigger.
Yeah.
If you just see the pornography and don't masturbate, the impact is lower. If you see pornography, masturbate all the time, you see a pornography, you're going to create a habit, a sexual habit, and then you become addicted that you don't know. When you want to break out, like being with a real person,
you're still thinking about the pornography.
You know, it's boring. Yeah. It's boring because that person is not going to give you.
So now they have an illness. Now it has become not just an addiction; it's a serious illness.
It is. It is because it
and
affects
now you're no longer
a lot
attracted
of
to your mate.
I have seen couples that they suffer a lot, both of them, because it's like boring. Beautiful women, beautiful, amazing people, and they just don't have fun. Because, you know, who can have fun? Like, if you are used to see 100 women in a day, that's impossible.
That's too much time on your hands if you can see 100 women in a day.
Regular women don't look like what's in a pornography.
Right. That's right.
Anyway. Here's my question. I want to ask each of you. What do you think, what's one thing that you think can keep passion in the relationship? Because there's passion, there's sexuality, there's intimacy. What do you think keeps passion in a relationship? You think about those marriages that are 50 years long, like you were talking
We're going this way this time.
Oh, you going to start with me?
Yes.
Ask the question.
Yes,
Okay,
we're going to go this way this time. First and foremost, I really feel in my heart that in order for there to be passion, you have to be secure within yourself.
Okay.
And know what you want.
Agreed.
And you have to be open to hearing what your spouse is saying to you. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? So, even
if it's not verbal.
Even if it's not verbal. Right. And we as women, we have an intuitive nature. We know our men sometimes better than they know themselves.
Correct.
You understand what I'm saying? So we have to pay a lot of attention. And marriage is work. See, my grandmother used to say, marriage is not for punks. So you have to be able to work. You fall in and out of love every day. There was a magazine, Jet Magazine, and it was a woman in the magazine. They've been married for like 60 or 70 years. They got married very, very, very young. And someone asked them, what is the secret to your success in your marriage? She said, I divorced him at night and I remarried him in the morning.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And to me, hey, I'm old school. You have to excuse me, but I believe in that old-fashioned love, baby.
Me too. But with passion.
Yeah, with passion,
you
exactly.
You asked the important question.
Yeah.
Let me tell you one word to create passion. Okay. One word: honesty.
Oh yeah.
Honesty.
I love it.
Honesty.
I love it.
Because when you're honest, you are free. You are free. And when you are free, you can be yourself. That's it. And if you can be yourself, you can have passion.
Yeah.
The real passion. And you can love that person. And you say, like, I want to do this. I don't want to do this. I'm doing this.
And you're free to say it one way or another.
Exactly. Yeah. Honesty. Yeah. Honesty get you free.
Yeah.
And be yourself.
What do you think?
Well, I'm going to piggyback on what both of them said. I'm in total agreement with what both said. I think that you have to be honest first and foremost with yourself and about your partner as well. And for passion for me is I'm very thoughtful. People think that I'm really madly in love with them because I'm very thoughtful and I listen to what they say, whatever. But I am very single and I've never been married, so it's easy for me to hear because I don't have a lot of distractions. So that confuses people. So people are like, she really is into me. When I can drop you just like this, they're like, what happened? Because but I'm passionate about everything. I mean, everything I do hard because it's all I know. I work hard. Everything I do, everything I do hard. But at the same token, I know when the balance stops for me.
Right.
So I think that is very true. If you're honest about things and and you're true to yourself, and you listen, and
to
you just really sincerely want to make that person happy. Yeah. The passion is already there.
Yeah. And you said something beautiful. You want to make that person happy.
Right. Yeah.
My first and everything goal is to make my man, my Superman, my dear husband happy.
But you have to make yourself happy first, because if you're not happy with yourself, you will not be of any use.
Of course,
Okay, ladies, this has been an awesome. Oh, Cheryl's trying to get away. Oh, go ahead, Cheryl. What do you think? She posed a question. She tried to pose a question. Okay. Okay.
You guys gave great answers. One of the things that resonates with me is just partnership. Period. It's partnership. It's I choose you in my life, you choose me in your life. Everything else falls into place after that, because we are working together. So I think that connectedness is so powerful that it exudes passion. It brings passion, because I have a want for you, you have a want for me, and we can take on the world, baby.
Yeah, and you have to find the right partner to get
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely.
Yes,
okay, ladies, this has been an awesome topic.
Absolutely.
I've enjoyed this.
Yes.
But I got to go. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you. In the Charlotte Star Room.
Yes.
Have been spending time with the specialist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have a good
Love
one.
Bye.